We've been taking your calls at 608-270-2833 for back-to-school health questions.
The phone bank is open now. Eric Franke rejoins us with a special guest and more on the kind of advice that's available tonight. Eric?
Susan, that's right. You know, and we can talk mental health, we can talk physical health. There's so many things that go into the first part of the school year. And we know a lot of kids are probably walking in the door right now ready to share the message of joy from their first day of school. We're joined now by pediatric psychiatrist Dr. Bhawani Ballamudi from SSM Health. Great to see you again. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
This is really a tough time. I always say it's emotional for the parents, too. We know that. But it's tough for kids, too, right? I mean, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of stress. And that's kind of some of the stuff you see in your practice, I would presume, this time of the year.
I do. Transition back to schools is always a hard time for kids and parents.
And so what are some of the things you see? I mean, is it just nervous excitement? Is it just they're really stressed about the environment? What are some of the things you're seeing?
I think you're right. I think you see a combination of the nervousness and excitement. There's excitement of wanting to see their friends back and maybe some favorite things and activities they like at school, or kind of wanting to see their teachers back or other connections they've made. But there's always the nervousness about the unknown. You know, it's like, what is the new school year going to look like? And, you know, what are the things? So definitely it's a combination of the two. And it's important for us to kind of make sure that it's in equal parts. If the nervousness and excitement is in equal parts, that means that, you know, they're ready for the school year. If you find that they're kind of feeling a little bit more nervous, parents can definitely do a lot of things to help ease with that transition.
Yeah, and what are some of those things? I mean, we have been saying for a month now the things that, you know, on our newscast, things that parents can do to get their kids ready for the school year. But what are some of the things now as it started that you can maybe gauge your child to see how they're reacting to the start of the school year?
You know, check with your child and see how their experience has been first day. And don't assume that just because they've had a mixed day at school the first day that it's going to be a bad school year, or versus the other way. Just keep a open communication, check with your kids how things were, and ask them about the highlights of the day. You know, what were some good parts and what were the parts that didn't go so well. So you're actually kind of breaking it down to different parts of their day. And then if you feel like there are things that need to be addressed, you know, you may want to kind of contact the teacher, or you may want to contact their, you know, again, I think whoever the connecting, you know, the point person is.
Yeah.
And if you feel like it's something that maybe you want to keep an eye on, and your teacher, you know, your child is feeling a little unsure about it, you know, talk to them a little bit more and monitor for the next couple of days and see how they're doing.
Yeah, I like the part about dwelling on the positive, not just what went wrong today. You want to hear the positive too. Yeah. How about COVID? You know, this year we're kind of it kind of feels normal again, right?
Right. You know, we're living in interesting times. You know, so apart from all of the other regular nervousness and anxiety that we have to deal with, we also have to deal with going back to school and possibly contracting, you know, COVID. And not only just for the child, but it's also like, you know, if the child brings back some, you know, an infection that could be unsafe for the family members, especially if they're an immunocompromised family members. Yeah. So, but again, having said that, you know, again, this is a normal experience for the kids. Let's focus on what's normal, you know, for their day-to-day life and for their educational and also their social growth and development. So I think it's okay to tell them that, you know, be safe, but let's keep a close eye on it.
Yeah. Dr. Ballamudi, it's great to have you here. She is one of the professionals we have standing by to take your calls, 270-2833. Remember, 608-270-2833. We also have an email line available as well. It's Time for Kids, the word for, F-O-R, Time for Kids at WISCTV.com, and they'll be answering your questions really until 7 o'clock tonight.